Hey, is that better? It's usually better when the microphone is not on mute. Well, that was a waste of everybody's time and ears. So thank you so much for letting me know, Ross, as well as Scale Model Snail. Good to see you. Glad you're in here as well. And we have Ross Scale Model Ninja. So what I was saying basically is most of you might have noticed that I've not been around much and haven't been posting. A lot of the videoing and all that has kind of gone to the wayside because I have finally been cleared after my back surgery to go back to full duty, and so with the fire department, I've been basically working nonstop. Gone on in just the last week and a half or so, or 2 weeks since I've been cleared to go back to work. Yeah, thanks, Ross. It helps to turn it on. Exactly. So, but yeah, in the last 2 weeks, I've gone on almost 60 calls, and for the most part, there's only three of us available to respond at this time because a lot of our guys either work for Cal Fire, and so they're off, uh, doing their job with Cal Fire, or you have guys. We have one guy that works for the Forest Service. He's retired, but still does work during the summer for the Forest Service. And everybody else has day jobs and stuff. And I'm still hopefully going to be going back to work here soon to my regular job. But in the meantime, I've just been going on medical calls, and we had a few traffic collisions, one small little fire, nothing big. But I was hoping that I would get some time in, doing structure protection during the wildfires that we've had here, or uh, working on the water tender. But so far that hasn't happened. But the fire season is early, but it is definitely here. So my time, especially with looking at starting full time on a regular job again as well, because the fire department is volunteer. I will be very, very busy, at least for the meantime. So there won't be a lot of content coming to the channel. I just want you guys to be aware of that. I Since this live stream kind of started funky, I might have to put out another video just explaining that. I am trying to get some work done. Like, I've been getting some work done on a couple of builds, and as well as the out of the box Wednesdays. So those videos for the out of the box Wednesdays might not come out consistently, but maybe once a month or so, or once I get some content put together and have a weekend, I can do some editing. I'll post a video for that. So you guys will still be getting some stuff. It's just not going to be consistent for a while. And, I do apologize for that. I do hope to find some time to get my Halloween group build finished for this upcoming Halloween. Really, all I have to do is paint it, which I've got all the sanding and all that done. So that I haven't really been filming that, and I mostly just because there it was just a lot of sanding and stuff. So I need to actually go back through my files and see if there's anything that I did film on it, but I'm pretty sure I just took pictures. So anyhow, yeah, that's basically been my schedule lately. Has been complete chaos because between looking for a new job or possibly going back to my old job, and then and going on all these fire calls and medical calls since I've been back, because I basically jumped straight back into it because I needed something to do. After recovering from my surgery and not working, I was going stir crazy. So this has been a good thing for me, and so far I feel great. Occasionally a little bit of mild pain, but nothing too bad. I do miss working at the workbench, but I also I need to find that happy medium where I do make time for it. But I have so many projects that have, like, especially outside, like I finally am getting my carport cleared out, and cleaned up. I'm finally getting some stuff in the backyard taken care of that's just been sitting for a couple of years while I was out because of my back, and trying to get the garage organized and things like that. So then we can kind of get the hobby room completely organized and put together the way that I want it. So, and then definitely this fall, late fall and winter, I'll be probably doing a lot more modeling as well, just because that's how things go. And I'm hoping to actually get started on one of my wooden model ships, the Palamos or Palamos, however you pronounce that one. Just I went through the other day and I actually watched a video, the unboxing video I did of it, and oh my gosh, that was like right after my surgery. So that's been a year, about a year since I posted that, and it's time to kind of start working on one of those wooden model ships, because that's going to be a big long process, as most of you that build them know, and definitely a lot of excitement for me because I like working with wood. I do love the plastic kits, but I definitely love wood and steel. So eventually, on my other channel down the road, we will be doing some welding and steel projects, which is pretty exciting. So let's see. Ross is saying he is so out of practice he forgets what the on button looks like. Yeah, I was trying to get it the microphone to stay in this position, and I think when I put my pop filter over it, the pop filter pushed my mute button and I couldn't see it. So let's hope he doesn't forget which end of the hose the water comes out. It's always that's always the tricky part. When you're rolling up hose, you got to remember which end to tuck in and put it to bed, basically. That's where I get confused. I'm struggling. Scale model snails saying excuse me, but I completely forget your common name. So if I apologize. I'm trying to think. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I forget. I just watched your update video last week, and it was really good. So definitely enjoying your work and looking forward to more of your builds. And Jess, that's right. Thanks, Jess. And I have the Weirdos. Wait a minute, is the only Weirdos one that I have. And when I saw some of your Weirdos that you have done, those are so cool. Super excited to eventually do one of those. So anyways, it's good to see you. Thank you so much for being here and for joining the channel. We're actually at 475 subscribers, so we're 25 away from my 500 sub giveaway. So I will be keeping an eye on that, and then once we hit 500 and kind of stay there for maybe a week or so, I will do the announcement for the giveaway. So for those, I'm going to basically, for the people that really pay attention and watch the channel, they'll know when it's happening, which is pretty cool. And for the 500, we are giving away the Gone in 60 Seconds heated coffee mug. And then for 1,000 subs, we are giving away, or I am giving away, I can't remember what scale it is. I want to say it's 1/24th, but that could be wrong. And that is the die cast Gone in 60 Seconds Eleanor Mustang. And it's a beautiful die cast model. I can't remember if it's Maisto or who made that one. Beautiful, beautiful model. So that will be for the 1,000 subs giveaway. But thanks, Jess. Yeah, I'm glad that you're here, and glad that Ross is here. My usual suspects are not here, so they're probably, they knew Kenny wasn't going to be on tonight with HobbyLink International, so they're probably off building models, which is something I should be doing. But again, I'm on call, so if my radio goes off and the stream ends suddenly, that means that I had to race to the fire hall for a call. We also have Linda. My mom's in the house. Good evening. Glad to hear you will be going back to work, but we'll miss you. But understand how hard it is to juggle everything. Keep in touch. I definitely will. And I apologize. I have not been able to give you a call. I have been so stinking busy, and I'm also trying to look for because I don't know necessarily that if I'm going to go back to the school or not. So I've been looking at other options. So we'll see kind of what happens. I do need to get back to work as soon as possible though, and make some money, especially if I'm not going to be going on any wildland calls. Because that's where we as a volunteer department make a lot of money, is helping support the Cal Fire and the Forest Service on their wildland fires. So, which to me is a lot of fun, because it I don't know, it can be. It sounds crazy, but uh, we don't actually we do a lot of the smaller stuff kind of behind the scenes, and also structure protection, making sure people's houses are safe, and also stand by for the helicopters at the airfield. Sometimes we'll do that, and things like that, which is to me like that's a lot of fun because I love helicopters. So um, and I my truck broke down. Some of you might remember. I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but my truck broke down while we were camping up in Oregon. It's getting fixed today, finally. So a month later, it's finally getting fixed by the dealership, and they said I can go up and pick it up this weekend. So that will be nice because it's been very strange only having one vehicle at the moment. And we were in the process of possibly getting Melissa a new car, but now this threw a wrench in things. So we probably won't get her a new car until later in the year, towards the end of the year or the beginning of 2024. And then we will have a spare car finally, because we'll have my truck, which I won't drive every day. And then we'll also have her car. So that will be a good thing. Just, especially because the truck being a diesel, it's not good. We live in such a small town. There's no point in just driving it two blocks to the fire station every time I get a call. So driving the little car would be a lot more efficient. Hold on. Speaking of, uh-oh. Okay. My wife is, speaking of my wife, she is texting me. So yeah. Anyways, that was information from the police department regarding animal control. So they cut animal control. Some of you might remember there was a time where I was going to go into that position, hopefully, and they ended up cutting it, the position, and now it looks like they're going to eventually reopen it, but it'll be a little while, probably another year, so, or 6 months to a year. So I don't know. Maybe I'll go back and find something different in the meantime, or whatnot. But I definitely, I was thinking about going back to school, finishing my AA, which is, I ended up getting a job as a boat captain, and so that kind of put an end to my college career. And I was 2 classes away from graduating and or getting my AA at least. And then I decided to try to finish that. So I have 2 classes I need to finish. And then was thinking about taking a CAD program or something similar, or even going into architecture, because I love drawing and designing and stuff like that. And I do a lot of it just on the side for fun. Believe it or not, I have programs on my computer, and I'll just, if instead of playing games, that's what I do, is I'll design buildings or structures or things. And I really, now that we're doing 3D printing, I should maybe start playing around with Blender and creating things because Miguel, he does great work, and he's kind of taught a lot of classes on using Blender. And speaking of 3D stuff, let me go grab something real quick. I'll be right back. Yeah, talk amongst yourselves. So a while back, I posted on, it was a short that I did. And on that short, I had 3D printed. Let me see if I can, how can I do this so you can see him? Let me try this. So this is, a little pug that I 3D printed, and it's kind of hard to do this. So I 3D printed him. This was my first test print, and he's solid. I was hoping he would not, he would be hollow, but he didn't come out hollow. But now I know how to do all that. And so I 3D printed him. He's a little pug with a hoodie on or a jacket. And I had posted a short, and in the short, I had kind of said, name that pug. And we have a winner, Marcy. She has kindly suggested we name him Frank. So Pug's name is Frank. I wrote that here on my notes on the table. So Frank will be kind of, he's hard to see. That background was better when I had little Frank here will be kind of a channel mascot. And of course you can't see him now. So you could see him better when there was a nice little background. But we are going to call Frank, or call our little pug Frank. And he will be kind of a cute little mascot, and he will be in the pictures anytime that I have pictures taken of the models and stuff. So I need to he's cleaned up, and I got all the supports off of him. I just need to prime him and paint him. So maybe that's one of those things I can be doing here or there while I'm fiddling around, and trying to get stuff done. A lot of stuff, like maybe you'll see it on, I don't know about Facebook. I'm kind of annoyed with Facebook at the moment. But at HobbyLink International, if you're a member of the HobbyLink International community, you can head over there and check it out. Let's get caught up here. Ross is saying, I start a new career path next month. I will be going back to college myself to become an electrician. Dude, an electrician is a friggin' awesome job. Congrats, Ross. Good for you, man. It's a lot of work too, and I think you'd be great at it. It's one of those things where I kind of wish that's a career I had gone into, because I always enjoyed doing electrical stuff with my dad, and in high school we took electronics to do like little boards and making electronics and stuff, and a lot of that, like, I kind of use it a little bit with the hobby and building models and stuff, but it's a lot of it's forgotten. And so trying to relearn like resistors and things like that, and what all you need, definitely is it's kind of relearning a lot of stuff that I'd forgotten. So that's cool. Good for you, man. That's a very, very good career. And see, I will be the oldest person in the class at 50. Holy cow. When I was in college, I started college, I think I was 26. So, because I worked a few years before going to college, and there were quite a lot of older people in my classes and stuff, and it was pretty awesome. One, Frank the Pug, Frug. I don't know. Frug is actually kind of a cool name, but Marcy, Scale Model Muse, I'm giving her naming rights because she was the first and only person when I announced it to actually name him. I do have Frog or Throg, which I have parts for him right here, and he is a Thor frog. I have to pull all the supports off, clean him up, and get him all ready. He's actually ready to cure, I think, and so is. I need to finish cleaning the supports off. This lady here with the hole in her head. Yes, she's got a hole in her head. That was a drain hole, and I couldn't think of anywhere else to put it. Very happy actually with how this one turned out. This was another. I think this was my third test print, which I managed to get the walls thinner on her because when I did Krampus, Krampus weighs a ton because look how thick he is. He is too thick. So I didn't when I printed him. He was my second print, and I didn't quite get him hollowed out as much as I should have. But yeah, pretty excited. I have some more resin coming. I ordered some from Sunlu. I ordered some of the Sunlu, and I ordered transparent, mostly because I want to give the transparent a try and see how that does. So, and this one is my Halloween group build. I can't remember his name. I got this from SprayGunner at SprayGunner.com. This is one of the things they had sent me. It's an airbrush holder, and I was going to paint him up. So I've got him all cleaned up. Now I just have to paint him up, prime him, and paint him for the Halloween group build at HobbyLink International. So if you're not part of the HobbyLink International community, you can always head over to HobbyLink International and check out the different group builds that they have over on the forum. And the Halloween one is always pretty fun. A lot of people get in on that one. This is my first year doing the Halloween one. And assuming I have time, I will get this one done. I'm hoping to at least. And then for Christmas, I was thinking about doing, of course, Krampus, because this is a very unique Krampus. I'm going to have to figure out how to hold him down because he's very forward heavy now. So we'll see what happens. And then Throg, we'll start getting him put together at some point, but definitely enjoying the 3D printing side of things. It's a lot of fun. So hope you're all doing well. And it is coming up to almost 5 o'clock. I have to go pick Melissa up now that we are down to one car still. But again, my truck should be fixed. It's in the shop today. Hopefully, they haven't called me yet. They needed a full day to work on it. So I'm assuming I might get a phone call tomorrow. But it's all the way up in Newport, Oregon. So that's going to be fun. Got to somehow find the time to get back up there and pick it up. So I'll just be glad to have it back. I miss my truck. I definitely do. So let's see what's going on here. Just you guys are chatting amongst yourselves. So yeah, we've got still 5 people watching now, but yeah, I'm going to have to go pick Melissa up here quickly. So we're going to have to cut the live stream short, but I just want to give you guys that update, kind of what's been going on with me. I do have some work that's been getting done here on the Out of the Box Wednesdays, the FW190. For a Revell kit, I'm really enjoying it. And, I complained a lot about the gap, but guess what? A little insider thing for those of you that were watching that, the gap is filled and wasn't as bad as as I was making it out to be. I was just being a whiny little brat and just because it's Revell and I hate Revell. So I don't hate Revell, but for those that know me, you know I've struggled with Revell kits. So if they were to ever like make a kit that goes together 100% beautifully and doesn't have like Revell stamped on the outside of it and all the other weird things that they do, yeah, I'd be very happy. I'd still have the SR71. She's right over here, and definitely will get to work on that at some point in my life. But anyways, I hope you're all doing well. Holly, come here. Come here. Sorry. She wants to say hi. She was coming in here earlier and she's mopey because she doesn't like the heat. Come on. Come here. Come here. Holly, come here. Come on. Up. Come on. Holly, come on. Come on. Well, Sailor will say hi. Sailor, come here. Now watch. As soon as I pick Sailor up, she'll be up here. So here's Mr. Sailor Man. Yeah, he's the Mr. Sailor Man. Yeah, he's a good boy. He loves the heat. So Sailor loves being outside during the sun and heat, and he absolutely loves it. But Holly, not so much. Do you, Holly? She's checking out my 3D prints right now. But yeah, he's a good boy. So gotta go get mommy. Holly, come here. Come here. Come on. Say hi to the people. All right. There you go. There's Miss Holly. There's Miss Holly. Yeah, she's like, why am I on TV? She can actually see herself on the computer right now. She's like, what are you doing to me, Dad? So, all right. Well, thank you, everybody. So it's been there we go. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you all for coming out and hanging out with me for a little bit. I'm gonna go and get the wife picked up and go do some errands, and maybe later tonight I can get a little bit more work done on the FW190. At least I'm hoping to. Just depends on how things go, you know. So knock on wood. It's never a good thing to say it's going to be a slow night, because as soon as I say that, we get 100 calls. So take care, everybody. Have an awesome rest of the week. And just, as long as you're subscribed to the channel, you'll get a notification when I drop my next video. And I do have a little bit of footage to put together for the FW190 for Out of the Box Wednesdays. And so that will most likely be the next video dropping. So thanks, everybody. And I'll try to do a live stream whenever I can, if possible on Mondays. We'll see what happens, but I just don't want to promise anything because we never know what's going to happen. So have an awesome week. I'll see you guys next time.